first. So we all have talked about what is expression, what is equation, right? Nobody has any doubt about it. Okay. So if you say an equation, you know that it is nothing but a contrast between the variables. Yeah. So if I say an equation is x minus 3y equal to 8, it's nothing but a contrast between x and y, where x being Praneeth and y being me, we agreed that okay, Praneeth's value minus 3 times my value will be equal to 8. If Praneeth decides to increase his value, my value also increases. If Praneeth wants to decrease his value, maybe my value will change accordingly, so that my outcome is this. This part is okay, right? Now, Purvi. So we are actually starting advanced algebra from today. Okay. So today's class will be more like a jump start. So where we will touch upon some of the basic concepts that we know, and then we'll gradually navigate towards deeper concepts around things. Okay. So I was talking about an equation, and I think I have troubled you guys enough telling what does an equation mean. Equation is nothing but an agreement between the variables. As simple as that. So this part is okay. Let's say if I change it to something like x plus y equal to, let's say, why 8 always? Let's say 12 this time. Okay? If I say x plus y equal to 12, it simply means value of x and value of y together will be 12. If I change the value of x, increase the value of x, the value of y will decrease. If I decrease the value of x, value of y will increase. So that net it is this. Okay? So this part is okay. Now, what about this? Yep.
It gives you a range of answers. Like there's a certain range of answers that you can have, and there's a certain place from the graph you can carry out answers to. You're
Right.
satisfied with the mission.
Correct. So here, this is equal to, and this is greater than. Or I can say greater than equal to, or I can say less than equal to, I can say less than. Whatever be the case, this is not equal to. If I say, so look at this. Again, going back to my theory of English being the mother of math. Right? I say that the meaning of things gives you enough clue. If I say I am patient, meaning I have a lot of patience. If I say I am impatient, meaning I have no patience. If I am saying I have an equation which has equal to sign, if I say I don't have equal to sign, inequality. So all the scenario like this, or this, or this, or this, these are examples of inequality. Do you guys agree with what I'm saying, or do you have a different opinion? Yep, maybe shall. Okay. So equation and inequality. Let's do one thing. I will do some divide and conquer today. Okay? I will use half of the board for one reason, for dealing with equation, and half the board for dealing with inequality. And why I'm doing that? Because it will paint a very stable picture in your mind when it comes to comparing things. So Vishal, you joined a little late, but what I was saying was, today we are starting unit 10 of SAT, and that is called advanced algebra. So before we go to advanced, we are the starting concepts that we have to brush up as part of that unit, and then we'll go deeper into the concepts. Yeah. So we are talking about equations and inequalities first, and then we look at what more we are going to come across. Okay. So far everybody with me, right? Riya, Sravya, Saranya, Purvi, Asmita, Nirunya, everybody? Sriyan,
Yes,
Rehan. Okay, Vishal also? Okay, alright. So, now let's look at this. I'm picking up very simple equation, x plus y equal to 10. And I'm saying x plus y is greater than 10. Okay? So when I have, these are both linear equations. So first thing first, the problem with you guys is your teacher is not intelligent. So does it in a very simple way always. Okay? I wish one day you guys come across a teacher who is more intelligent, who can jump steps. No, I'm just kidding, don't do that. Don't change your teacher, not because you are trying to change, trying to jump steps. No, not because you are trying to find an intelligent teacher. Because if there is any intelligent teacher who says jumping steps is okay, that's not good. Okay, because math is a story. Okay? Math is pretty much a story. If you keep each and every paragraph of the story together, you will literally fall in love with the subject. And if any of the paragraph is skipped, say, okay, I know. It's like watching a movie where you watch the trailer and you watch the climax. The entire movie industry will collapse if people start doing that, right? So, yeah, coming back to a serious discussion. X plus y equal to 10 and x plus y is greater than 10. We are just trying to evaluate both the scenarios. Here, we know that these are linear equations, right? Because the maximum power is 1. So we'll just put 2 points, okay, just to save some time. Let's say when x is 0. When x is 0, y is 10. When y is 0, x is 10. Because sum of this is 10. 5, 10, 15. Minus 5, minus 10. 5, 10. Minus 5, minus 10. Let me draw this graph here also, okay? 5, 10, 15, 5, 10. Minus 5 plus 5, 10. 5, 10, minus 5, minus 10. Okay? So here also I will use only so what we did was we just made this table to plot this. When is x is 0 anywhere on the y-axis, y is 10. So this is 1 point. When x is 10, y is 0. So y is 0 on the x-axis always. This became your this became your line that you could draw from the linear equation. And every point on this line will satisfy this condition. Yeah. So if somebody says solve this for x and y, you will say I will not, because this will give me infinite number of solutions, meaning each and every point that is falling on this line, find out the x and y coordinate of that, and those are the solutions. So, but everything has to fall on this line. Now, when I have a situation like this, greater than 10, see, my problem is, I don't like anything complicated. I want to look at things in a much simpler way. Let's say x plus y equal to 10. Keep that in mind. So I'll borrow this same table. So basically what I'm saying is, if you have a greater than equal to inequality situation, make the table for equal to scenario and then draw this line. So you have 1 point here and 1 point here. So instead of filling this table separately, I borrow this table which is for equal to situation. Okay. Now I have these 2 points. I will not join them with a solid line. I'll join them with a dotted line. Now this dotted line that I have, is this the line representing this inequality? No, because I change it. This line is representing this scenario. This is not my area of interest. I am trying to plot it for this. So basically, this line is not the one that is representing this inequality, but it could be above this or below this, and we don't know which one it is. Let's do one thing. Let's pick up one point here. This point has x value is 5 and y value is 0. X plus y, 5 plus y, which is 0. 5 plus 0, is it greater than 10? No. So this one, anything below it is not looking like a situation. Okay, let's pick up this point. This point is not on this line, on the above, it is above this line. So if you pick up this point, or pick up this point, let's say 10 comma 10, this one. Okay? Where x and y both are 10. Put x equal to 10 plus y equal to 10. Oh, this is 20. 20 is greater than 10. Yes, this is correct. That means when you look at few points, you found that all the points above this line is actually satisfying this condition. So this, look at this whole thing. This is the region represented by this inequality. So the first difference is when you are looking at an equation, it represents a line. All the points falling on this line are satisfying this condition. But when you are looking at inequality, it is not a line, it's a region, it's an area almost. If you had a situation like x plus y is equal to, greater than or equal to 10, then this line was included. This point, this line would have been a solid line. So line plus all things above this. Since this was only greater than, that means this line was excluded. Because if you pick any point on this line, 10 comma 0, it will be 10 plus 0, which is not greater than 10. It is equal to 10. So it doesn't satisfy this condition. So that's one of the most important difference between equation and inequality. And linear equation or linear inequality, if you look at it, a linear equation represents the points that draw a line satisfying this condition, when the inequality will always be a region which satisfies this condition. Let me stop here. Any questions? Saranya, Hasvita, Nirunya, Riya, Vishal, Purvi. See, that is called guts. What Purvi did, Purvi said no doubt. And again, there is nothing wrong about it. It's the conviction. Are you clear? Not clear. If you're not clear, then also you should not be afraid of saying that no, I did not understand, to explain one more time. And that's why I'm here for. I'm not here to waste your 1 hour on a Saturday, Sunday, stealing your 2 interesting hours of your day and then not explain you things that is not clear. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, never be shy. Okay? That's my request to you all. Are we all clear so far? Okay. So, what are things? Let's try doing a quick recall of what we know about the equations, linear equations, system of equations, and the quadratic equations, and then what we learned about the inequality. So you guys just do a quick recall. I will get a chair for myself. Just 5 seconds. So it's going to be a fair discussion among us. Now let's see what all you guys recall, because once we go to advanced algebra, it will be very important for us to make sure that all our concepts are very clear. So first, okay, let me do a quick check or quick revision of what we already know. Everybody clear about what do we mean by linear equation? Yep. So linear equation is nothing but a representation of a relationship between x and y with the maximum power to the variables being 1. And any linear equation always draws a straight line for us, like what we saw just 5 minutes ago. You assume a value for x and see what is the corresponding value of y, and you put that table and plot it in a graph, you will see that it always draws a straight line. Okay? So that is the linear equation. Now, is one linear equation enough for us to solve it for more than one variable? You need as many equations as the number of variables. So, if I say I have an equation 3x minus 9 equal to 67. This is one equation. Is it a linear equation? Yes, it's a linear equation because maximum power to the variable is 1. It's a linear equation. Can I solve it? Yes, we can solve it. It's a one equation with one variable. Very easy to solve. If I say x plus 2y equal to 15, can we solve it alone when this equation doesn't exist? You cannot solve it. It gives you all possible combination of x and y value. That is what comes when you draw it in a graph paper. You make a table of x and y values because you know this is a contract between them when they combine together to get this output, and you put x and y value and then you draw this. So each and every point on this line satisfies this condition, and those are all the solutions. Those are the possible solutions. It's like I said, tell me what is my name, and you gave me an answer that your name starts with a B. Your name starts with a B, and you go and figure it out. I will go on making all possible guesses. It's probably Biren, it's probably Bireswar, maybe Brian, maybe Brandon, maybe whatever, Bishop, whatnot, right? And that list just goes on. So one equation, two variables, you can get multiple options or combination of options, but there is no finite solution that you will get. No confirmed solution. To be able to get there, if you have two variables to solve for, you need another equation. What would it be? Another equation with the same two variables, or at least one variable. And this equation will probably draw another line when you try plotting it the same way. And wherever they intersect, that becomes your unique solution for this. So, now, are we saying that we'll always find a unique solution when we have two equations? Any guess? If I have two equations, when I solve for them, that means when I try plotting them in a graph paper, wherever it interacts or intersects, that is my solution. That is my unique solution. Now, the question that I have in my mind for myself and for you all is, if I have two equations with the same two variables, will I always have one solution for x and y? And I want to know, I got one answer from Pranit. I don't want to disclose that. I don't want you guys to get biased. But what am I talking about? If I have two equations, will I always have a solution for it? Or what are the possible options we are talking about? Any thoughts?
You could have like no solution or any solution.
Okay. And Purvi, you are trapped with, okay? Now you'll have to explain both the scenarios with example. I'll come to you, okay? Let's see if anybody has any other point also. Diya, Pita, Vishal, Shian. What are the options we are talking about? No? So let's not stress too much about it. Let's keep it little simpler. Again, trust your instinct a little bit more. That's what I would say. It doesn't have to be a mathematical answer always. I have two equations, let's say x plus 2y equal to. Today is the day for x plus 2y. I don't know, every equation that I'm writing is starting with x plus 2y. 13, let's say x by 4 plus y by 3 equal to 8. Let's make it look complicated to begin with. Okay, I have two equations. First thing that will come to your mind, okay, are these linear equations? Yes, both are linear equations. Yeah? If I try visualizing this, okay, one linear equation, it will draw one line, this another line, this might draw this line. If they are meeting somewhere, that is one unique solution. That's the most ideal state. What if they don't? Meaning, this is my coordinate plane, one line goes like this, another goes like this. They are not meeting at all. So, this is where we are talking about a situation where they are not intersecting. There is no point on the coordinate plane which is abiding by this contract and this contract both. Third situation could be that I have two equations, but eventually they are overlaying each other. So, Polvi, I'll make a small correction to the statement you made. You said that many solutions, I'll say infinite solution actually. So, if you are having two equations, there are three possible situations that we are talking about. See, your line will never go like this unless the drawing skill is same as mine. Yeah. So, a line can only either intersect at one point or can overlay another line completely. And as soon as you overlay, you cannot just count the number of points. That's why I'm saying it's infinite. Yeah? So there are three scenarios. Two lines meeting at one place, two lines not meeting at all, and two lines meeting at infinite points. Now, if I have, let's say, an equation, let's say, let me pick my favorite equation for the day, x plus 2y equal to 13. I want to find out a likely equation that will not intersect this line. Yeah, tell me.
So you just use the same slope but a different y-intercept, because then if it has the same slope, then there's no variance, meaning it won't have any way to intersect with it, but then if you y, then it will be counted.
Okay. I got one answer, but I'll not tell you guys what that answer is. So I'm saying I have this equation. I want you guys to just cook up another equation, which would be representing a scenario when they are not meeting. Let's say this is line 1. I want you to write a possible equation for line 2 that will not intersect, or when there is no solution. Anybody? Think about it. I have an answer from the class, but I want you guys to wake up your neurons and give me an answer. And again, it has to be a thoughtful response. Trust me, you guys know enough. You would be able to give me an answer if you think about it a little bit. I'm giving you guys a minute to think. Shravya, give me some clue, some clue. Nirunya, Hasvita, Priya, anybody? Vishal? Saranya, what happened, beta? Not saying anything today. Okay. So, yep. Yes, Sharon.
Basically, I wrote an equation that had the same slope and just like a different y-intercept, and then it would like form a parallel line, and then like they wouldn't intersect at all.
Correct. So that's the answer that Praneeth also gave me. So both are correct. So now let's look at it. If I'm talking about no solution or no two lines not intersecting each other, okay, meaning the only scenario in which two lines don't intersect each other are when they are parallel, and when they are parallel, that means they will have same slope. Now look at this equation. Now as soon as you talk about slope, the first form of the equation that comes to your mind is this is a slope intercept form of the same linear equation. This is a slope intercept form and this is the slope. So what you want to do is find out the slope of this line and cook up another line which will have the same slope. Yeah. And as Sian said, if you look at this equation, this is slope intercept form. What is this one? This is y, this is the slope, this is the x value, and this is the y-intercept. Meaning, see, what is the y-intercept? Meaning the point where this line meets the y-axis. If these two lines have the same slope and same y-intercept, meaning they are intersecting, they are overlaying each other. That means you want to make sure that the two lines equation that you make, they have the same slope but not the same y-intercept. That's the only condition that you have to keep in mind. Now let's find out what is the slope of this guy. So write it in this form. So that means you will keep y on one side, it becomes minus x becomes minus x plus 13. Now y becomes minus 1 by 2x plus 13 by 2. So this 2 divides everything, right? So minus x by 2, 13 by 2. See, this became your slope. And this is your y-intercept. Now you can probably frame thousands, if not millions of equations. Yeah? So, look at this. Now you will say, okay, my equation is going to be y equal to minus x by 2 plus 13. That's it. Your intercept is 13. Here your intercept is 13 by 2. So that means your line is meeting at some other point. You're still good. You say, okay, fine, I don't like 13. 13 I have just tridocaphobia. I'll say 2. Fine, that's also good. As long as this is not matching with this guy, you're fine. So what did we do? We had an equation, and if we have to find out another equation that is not intersecting with this one, meaning that is parallel to this guy, parallel meaning same slope. Convert this to slope intercept form. You converted this to slope intercept form, took the same slope but a different intercept so that they are not overlaying each other. Rehan, does it make sense to you, beta? Rehan, Riya, Vishal, everybody, right? Sriyan? Same thing, right? Like you guys were explaining me? I'm just giving it back to you guys. Did not teach anything new. So, now, so Purvi, if you relate this back with what you said, right? There are three situations. They will have only one solution when they intersect. Second situation when they are parallel. So parallel is your different intercept, same slope. And third situation is infinite number of solutions. See, whatever story that I have been telling you guys, it is just extension of that. So when will you have two equations having infinite number of solutions or infinite intersecting point, meaning when they are overlaying each other, meaning their slope is same, their y-intercept is also same. Yeah? So, now let me give you guys a riddle so that I can take some rest. See, I am getting very greedy nowadays. I want to get you guys trapped in a problem and then use that time to take rest. Okay. I have an equation. This is my favorite equation again. X plus 2y equal to 11 this time. Okay. 2x plus 4y equal to 27. Between these two equations, tell me which combination we are talking about. Are they going to have one solution? Are they going to have no solution? Are they going to have infinite number of solutions? And it's a reasoning question. I want you guys to think and tell me. Yeah. Okay. I will not disclose what you said. Let's see what other kids are saying on the screen. So I'm saying this is one equation, this is another equation. I want you guys to find out, think through these two equations and tell me whether these two equations are going to have one solution, no solution, or infinite number of solutions, and tell me why. Yeah, and I'm waiting for answer, okay? Yes, sir.
They would have no solution because they would have the same slope, but different y-intercepts.
Okay. So this goes back to the same concept that we discussed just now. Only thing I did was I tweaked that little bit. Okay. What I did was here I multiplied this part. I mean x and y value by twice. Okay. So you can always simplify your equation. See here you are saying it's x, it's 2x, 2y is 4y. So you can look at simplifying it by dividing the whole equation by 2. Let's try dividing this by 2. If I divide this by 2, then also my equation's value doesn't change. It remains the same equation. So if you do that, it becomes 2x by 2, that is x, 4y by 2, that is 2y, equal to 27 by 2, that is 13.5. So what you are seeing is, here your slope is 2y equal to 11, x minus x plus 11, y equals minus 1 by 2x plus 11 by 2. Here in this case what you see is your 2y equal to minus x plus 13.5. That means y equals minus 1 by 2x plus 13.5 by 2. So essentially here and here your slope are the same. Even if you don't divide it, right, then also you can see here if you take it this way, right? So 4y equal to 27, so minus 2x plus 27, so y equals minus 2 over 4x plus 27 over 4. Same thing actually. So whether you simplify this equation or simply derive the slope, you will see that the slope here and slope here are matching. Your y-intercept is different. Since the y-intercept is different, they are not going to intersect. They're talking about same slope, but meeting y-axis at different points. So they are parallel lines. So we are talking about a no solution scenario. Did that make sense? Shravya, Saranya, Purvi, Nirunya, Harshi. What happened today? All the kids are very quiet. Everybody is so very quiet. Is it because you guys are sad because school are starting? Yeah. See, I'm actually happy because when you have school, right? See, too much of anything is not good. You guys had a good 2-month summer break. I'm sure everybody tried to get the best out of it. Now, again, once the school starts, you will go to school for some time, and that becomes your motivation to wait for the winter break, wait for the Thanksgiving break, wait for the spring break, wait for the summer break, next year summer break, right? So these breaks are good, and obviously as human beings we feel a little sad about it, but then think about that being a start for next year, and again the same cycle repeats. You guys going to a higher grade this year and learning something new, and kind of obviously going to school is fun. I mean, I miss those, right? I mean, I went to school almost 35 years ago, and I miss those. So, anyways, so coming back to the point, whatever we have learned here, you should try assimilating that or thinking through that. That is what would be your next unit. That is where all these concepts. See, we were talking about scenario when lines will meet or not meet, and some of you could relate that with the slope-intercept form, right? So now going back to the same linear equations forms, different ways you can represent a linear equation. What are those different ways of representing a linear equation? Let's do a quick recap of that also. The most standard form or the basic form of a linear equation is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. This is called the standard form. If you convert that to the slope-intercept form, you will say y equal to mx plus c. M is a slope, c is a y-intercept, like we saw just now. These are just the coefficients. Okay. Now, third one is called, it's called this. The extension, that is, the slope is found as y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So basically it says how is your y changing for every unit change of x. That's what is your slope. So sometimes the equations are written like this also. Y equal to x2 minus x1 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 times x plus c. It's something same as this one, okay? Nothing new. So, standard form, slope-intercept form. These are the two key forms that you will always use, okay? Now, we touched upon the linear equation, we talked about inequality and the difference between equation and inequality. Then we talked about how do you find different situation where two lines could intersect or not intersect at all, or can intersect at infinite number of points. What I've done is I have found out a few questions that you will come across when you do your test. Let's look at some of those questions and see how are we able to apply our understanding of things to solve that conceptually. I'll probably let you guys go a little early today because I have to skip my lunch because the classes started at 1 o'clock and I was just grappling with things. So probably we'll finish the class 10 minutes early today so that I can go and grab something to eat, and we'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Actually, my daughter's birthday is today, so the classes that we had after 4, I preponed them. So the classes started at 1 o'clock. That was the time for my lunch. So I had to park my lunch to do the classes. So we'll talk about it. We'll try to wrap up the class a little later. That's what I'm trying to say. The problem is 3 plus 10x minus 5 equal to a plus 1 into x minus 2. It says the equation shown above. In the equation shown above, a is a constant. For what value of a does the equation have infinitely many solutions? For what value of a the equation will have infinitely many solutions? And the options given are 2, 7, 10, 9. Let's see. So this is the equation 3 plus 10x minus 5 equal to a times 1 times x minus 2. Yep. A plus 1 times x. Yeah. Yes, Vishal.
I got 9.
You got 9. You think D is the answer? Okay. Let's see. And the question is, for what value of a this equation will have infinitely many solutions? So these are two equations actually. Yeah. Okay. You also got 9. Rehan, Ria, Saranya, Shravya, Purvi, Haswita, Nirunya, anybody? Don't trust Vishal. Give your answer. I mean, I'm just kidding, Vishal. No offense meant. I'm just saying that we should all find our own answers. Yes, Sriyan.
I got 9.
You also got 9. Okay.
I got 9 too.
You also got 9. Okay. Ria, Aswita, Shravya, Rehan,
I got 9.
Chris. Chris has been very quiet, unlike his regular days. What about you, beta?
Yeah, I did get 9.
You also got 9. Okay. So here's the thing. I will see. We are trying to find out this equation and this equation. In what situation will have infinite number of solutions? That means this equation and this equation will give me infinite solution, meaning they are actually the same equation. Their slope is the same, their y-intercept is the same. Let's look at it first. Let's look at this. Did I write the question clearly or did I mess it up? Okay. So this is one equation. So 10x minus 5 plus 3 minus 2. Here what I have, a plus 1x, a plus 1 times x minus 2. So this value and this value, y-intercept are anyways matching. My slope has to match. See, my slope has to match. Here 10, here I have a plus 1. No big deal. It's 9. 9 plus 1 is what you get to 10. So basically, and this would be your easy picking, okay? If you have a question like this in your city exam, trust me, they are the questions that you would want to touch first. Because there is no calculation involved. It's only based on concept. Then okay, fine. When will I have infinite number of solutions? When my slope and intercept both match. When will I have no solution? When my slope matches, not the intercept. It's just a comparison. You just have to read it and without spending any time you can solve it. So always look for these kind of problems that will actually help you maximize your chances to get a better score. Let me read one more question and then I will not even try drawing it on the board, okay? I mean not try writing on the board and then see what answer you guys are leaning towards. 2 by 3 minus 5x equal to bx plus 1 by 3. 2 by 3 minus 5x equal to bx plus 1 by 3. 2 by 3 minus 5x equal to bx plus 1 by 3. In the above equation, b is a constant. For what value of b does the equation have no solution? For what value of b? So I'm reading the equation one more time, okay? I'm just relying on your ability to memorize what I say. 2 by 3 minus 5x equal to bx plus 1 by 3. 2 by 3 minus 5x equal to bx plus 1 by 3. Under what circumstances you will have no solution? For what value of b? You have options as 5, 0, minus 5 and 2 by 3. Yes, here.
I got minus 5.
Okay. How about you, Saranya? Yeah, Vishal.
I got negative 5.
You also got negative 5. How about Riya, Hasmita, Grace, Nirunya? Guys, don't. Yep, yeah, better?
I got negative 5.
You also got negative 5. And, yeah. So, Shravya, how about you, better? Saranya, you?
Sir, could you repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, the question was 2 by 3 minus 5x equal to bx plus 1 by 3. Under what circumstances there will be no answer or no solution? Two by 3 minus 5x equal to bx plus 1 by 3. Okay, so let me write it down, otherwise I don't feel comfortable. This says minus 5x equal to bx plus 1 by 3. It says under what circumstances it will have no solution. And you have options such as 5, minus 5, 0 and 2 by 3. Under what circumstances for the value of b you will have no solution? See, if this and this become same, then that would mean it will be 2 by 3 equal to 1 by 3. That's the most weird situation you can come across, right? If you ever hear from me that 3 is equal to 2, what you would need to do? Immediately find a better teacher. Because I'm not giving you the right solution. So in the case with this equation, when you have to find out under what circumstances this will have no solution, that will be when you knock off the variable itself. When b equals minus 5, it will become minus 5x. So minus 5x this side, minus 5 this side. When you make this guy travel here, it becomes plus 5x. These two guys nullify each other and you have equation as 2 by 3 equal to 1 by 3. This is not the situation where you will get a legitimate solution. Yeah? Is it making sense, Hasmita, Grace, everybody? Sorry. So with that being said, I will let you guys go. Today was more like a jump start class. We talked about all the things that we know about linear equations. We talked about what is inequality. And on purpose I did not talk about the quadratic equation because quadratic equation is my favorite topic. I keep coming back to it over and over again. So we have covered that in the previous classes also. So I will come back to it again because that's my favorite topic. But then depending on how things go, we'll probably look at what are the problems that we are going to come across, what are the topics that we are coming across after this one, and then wherever needed, whenever we come across quadratic equations, we'll do a recap of what we know about it. If anybody in the class has any doubt, we'll revise it again. Make sure that each one of you, including me, is equally confident about those concepts when we are applying that. Because now we are in the advanced algebra. So advanced algebra is not going to bring any new concept. It's going to add more complexity into things that we already know. How it will toy around with the concepts and how do we apply that is what is going to be our plan for advanced algebra. Somebody gave me a thumbs down. What does it mean?
I did it by accident.
That's okay, but no, I was just trying to understand if there's something that I'm stating incorrectly. And again, nobody in this class has to be afraid of me, okay? The day you are afraid of me, you will stop learning, okay? So just be as comfortable, as confident, as, I'll not use the word friendly, but as easygoing, probably. Okay? Yeah. So everybody in the class has my number. If you don't have it, store it. Any problem, any concept that we learn, anything that you miss, send me a message saying this problem I'm struggling with. Can you explain one more time? I will do that outside the class or in the class. I have my classes on weekends from 8:30 to 9 also. Those are like optional classes for you guys only. If anybody wants any concept that is not clear to be explained one more time, let's say I teach something in the class and you are shy not to ask questions, okay? You can drop me a message through your number or through your parents' number saying, okay sir, can I book this Saturday or this Sunday for half an hour to walk, so that you can walk me through that particular concept. Leverage these things, okay? Any problem, interesting problem, difficult problem that you come across, send that in the group. Say, okay, I found something interesting and I know how to solve it, or I don't know how to solve it. If you guys have any interesting way of solving it, post it. Ultimately, the idea is we should get benefited from each other's knowledge. I'm never claiming that the way I teach is the best possible way. Many times I've seen that when I give a problem, when I explain something to you guys, one of you are actually able to explain that or articulate that in a better way. So leverage that to your benefit, okay? Make sure that we are using this group. This is not a commercial setup, okay? I'm not here teaching you guys only for money. I'm not denying that I'm taking fee for sure. But money is not the driver for this. I have that madness for math which I'm trying to pass on to my next generation, that is you all. Okay? I want you guys to get involved into math, play with math, leverage all the possible opportunities of using my time for your benefit, so that it remains as one of your favorite subjects. That's my ultimate goal. And as I announced, I'm going to launch a scholarship scheme because I don't really have any affinity for the money that I get from your parents. I want to give it back to you guys through some means. Okay? So that's why I've launched a scholarship scheme. I want each one of you to work hard meaning in a much smarter way, and shoot for getting the maximum SAT score. I'll take pride in saying that, okay, my kids got more than 780 in maths in SAT. Okay? That's the goal I'm working towards. So each one of you who get more than 760 or 770, I will offer a $1,000 scholarship for the first year of your college. Regardless of how many attempts you are taking. Let's say you took first attempt and you got 750. That's okay. Take one more attempt. Get 780. For one extra attempt, you'll pay $25. And if you get $780, you get $1,000 from me as a scholarship. It's a gesture from me, okay, for you guys. You guys are all my kids, right? So it will be like, your parents will do everything for you for your college admission. It will be $1,000 gift from me if you make me happy. Yeah. So let's use this forum for enhancing or enriching our knowledge, doing practice, learning from each other. Tomorrow, if all of you get 780, it will be a big burden on me, but I'll be happy. I'll be happily doing it, even if I have to sell off my some of my personal items to give that scholarship back to you guys. I don't mind. Yeah. Okay. All right. All that was for enthusing you guys to keep doing good. Make sure that you are learning. Make sure you are leveraging this group for being the best among yourself. Okay. So use this group. Make sure that you are sharing. You are reaching out to me for anything and everything that I can do, and make use of those extra classes that I have for you guys. Okay. And we'll do our best. Yeah. Thanks everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll meet again tomorrow same time. Yep.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.